Hey guys, it's E-Man, or you can call me Lionheart, and we joined another draft league. The Connecticut Titans have officially joined the UBDL. The UBDL is on their third season, and we were able to get in the C draft. Anyways, let's get into the rules so we can get into our team for the season. It is a snake draft format where we get 100 points, draft a minimum of 10 Pokemon. However, there are a lot of bans like Chianpao, Chi-Yu, both Urshifu, Spectre, and Landos and Carnot. I said these specifically because these mons are always allowed in other drafts, and usually make up the start of a team, but also this determines a certain amount of cost for certain mons. What I'm trying to get at is a lot of mons that are decent are now expensive, and a lot of the good mons are extremely expensive, with mons like Ting Lu being at 16 points right next to Bax Caliber. Not only this, but you have to at least have 2 Taylor Captains, nothing more, nothing less. And you only get 14 points, so this means most people have to go for a low tier Taylor Captain. However, the 1 or 2 lucky people can have an extremely powerful Taylor Captain. All this makes this draft extremely difficult to start off this season. Not only this, but where you are in the snake draft really matters. With you getting a bad spot can easily make you have the worst team in the league. With that being said, I was one of the unfortunate people to get in the middle, so that means I'm not going to be able to confirm anything amazing, and I'm also probably going to be getting sniped all the time. With that being said, let's get into the mons I was able to grab. The very first mon I grabbed was the old legend, Roaring Moon. If you have played any high tier, you have seen this mon. It's one of the best sweepers in the game right now, with its insane base for 119 speed stat, amazing offensive typing, and ability to run booster energy to have an insane boost in any stat I choose in the match. Not to mention that it also gets Psychic Immunity. This is pretty much all I have to say, and if you really don't understand this mon, just go in the ladder and you completely understand what I'm talking about. The next mon was a mon I really wanted to use in all my drafts. It was the chilliest boy in the whole world, Galarian Slowking. This mon is insane with crazy bulk, amazing special attack for being a bulky mon, and an absolute great moveset, an amazing typing, and of course to top it off he gets Regenerator, one of the best abilities in draft in my opinion. He's also a grounded poison type, which helps for Toxic Spike immunity. The next mon is a mon that recently got moved to Ubers, due to him being an unstoppable force. It's of course King Gambit. If you have at all been in the competitive Pokemon in the past year, you know how stupid this mon is. It has insane bulk, an insane attack stat, and amazing typing, but that's not it. The reason this mon is so crazy is his ability, Supreme Overlord. What his ability does is when a mon dies on your team, he gets a buff and damage for the rest of the fight. This stacks up to 5 times. If he is the last mon, you can easily get all 6 kills by spamming Sucker Punch with no setup required. And the best part for us is that there's no counter to this. Now you understand why I drafted this beast. He will also most likely be our mon to win the matches for us. I had a pretty bad ground weakness, so I wanted an immunity to it, but I also wanted my fire type, so that's why I went with Rotom Heat. This mon is amazing at what it does, with a great typing, having Levitate to get rid of its 4-time weakness, great momentum, and being an absolute amazing support mon that can dish out a ton of damage. You kinda can do everything you want in a support besides having a really good way to heal. However, he does get Pain Split, which is really good. Now I wanted my Stealth Rocket, and I wanted an absolute beast at bulking, so I went with Scream Tail. Scream Tail is pretty insane with 111 base speed. It can get Wish Off and be able to wall whatever it feels like. Not to mention its amazing defense and special defensive stats. This mon can also be pretty offensive with Calm Mind Sword Power Boost Energy, or a Specs Boom Boost to nuke something if we really wanted to dish out some damage. It is also a Fairy type, so now we have our Fairy Steel Dragon Core. Now I gotta admit, I might be a douche for this next mon. I drafted Alamomola. I now have a Regen Double Core, which makes me an annoying opponent to fight if I bring it. Not to mention its insane health stat, and the ability to wish my team up. To be fair, this is really all this mon can do, but it can heavily hinder my opponents and put me in a winning position without losing anything. Now this next mon is true, but not. I'm gonna tell you now that we already traded this mon, and we didn't use it in week 1. But still I wanted to mention that I drafted this a Titan. However, it got changed to Galarian Zapdos. So let's talk about Zapdos instead. He's incredibly strong and has amazing typing to help with his offense, with also some of the strongest moves in his typing pool. Not only that, but he pairs up with King Gambit really well. He also has a good speed stat, so you can run Scarf and not worry about still being too slow. Honestly, I just wanted a really strong mon that could put a lot of pressure, since when you see my last couple mons, I don't really have much else. This next mon was simply to have enough points for Zapdos, so I took Jump Off. Now even though it's not strong whatsoever, it could still status enemies as well as hinder it with moves like Leech Seed. It's also really fast, so we can try to go for stuff like Sleep Powder without any negative outcome on our stats. Honestly, I got nothing else for this mod. Now this next mod can go pretty crazy, especially with Slowk and Galar. And you know it is a Titan, then the other one is Frostmoth. Frostmoth is debated to be the best low tier Terra mod in draft. Not to mention that I could chilly Reception with Glow King and then set up Veil. And not only this, Big has Ice Scales, which has special attacks and gets Quiver Dance. And of course, it's one of my Terra captains with being Ice and Water. Also, I forgot to mention that Alamomola is our second Terra captain with Water and Fairy. However, this change was made to week 2, so I can't use this in the first week. Now for our last mod, it's our favorite boy, Komala. He gets Rapid, so he's a remover, but also he gets momentum with U-turn, gives us immunity, and due to his good offensive moves, and having a base 115 attack stat, he can run Assault Vest and do great damage and knock off stuff while also being a great special attack wall. Well, that's my UBDL draft. This isn't fully what I expected, and I do know that my team is pretty weak to hazards, but due to everything being so expensive and being in the middle, I had to grab whatever I could, or what was left. Tell me how you feel about my draft team and comment on what I should use in later weeks. I also would like to let you guys know that I will be streaming very soon. I really want to start a hardcore Terraria playthrough, and start at the easiest difficulty and climb up to Master Mode. So if you want to see me play that, make sure to subscribe and leave notifications on. Anyways, I took enough of your time. See you in the first week. Later.